A true Portland story is coming to the big screen.
It's debuting at the Sundance Film Festival.
Good. Stand up. Hands on the back of your head.
The movie's called Leave No Trace. It's about a father and daughter who lived in Forest Park for 4 years.
Yeah, really a remarkable story. When we reported on the story when it happened years ago, and now we're talking to a local actor who's helping bring the story to life on the big screen. KGW's Taylor Vido has more.
The year was 2004. A father and his 12-year-old daughter were found living in Forest Park. It made local headlines at the time, but now, over a dozen years later, that story has been made into a movie that's about to premiere at the Sundance Film Festival.
Good. Stand up. Hands on the back of your head.
You're watching a clip from Leave No Trace. If it all feels familiar, that's because it was shot in Portland, and those are local officers.
Where were you running?
The movie is about this man and his daughter living off the grid in a, quote, vast nature reserve on the edge of Portland. If that also feels familiar to you, it could be because you remember this.
Deep within Forest Park and far from any trails, it sits, an elaborate camp hidden by trees and underbrush.
It was surprising. It was in the middle of nowhere.
That's a KGW story from our own Kyla Boshi in 2004. A cross-country runner discovered the man and his 12-year-old daughter. They had been living in Forest Park for 4 years.
It's a very unique situation, and in my opinion, it required a unique approach.
That officer helped relocate the pair to a horse farm in Yamhill County, but it was a life not suited for them, apparently. They'd later disappear. A local author wrote a book based on what happened, which then inspired the movie.
You know, the story was a Portland story.
Sergeant Pete Simpson with the Portland Police Bureau remembers hearing about it at the time. So when the film's casting crew approached PPB looking for cops, he said, sure.
Anything on you that's going to hurt me?
Sounds funny when you are one, but it is a different process.
Yep, that's Sergeant Simpson in the movie. That other cop is actually a Clackamas County deputy and his canine. Simpson says the cast and crew were not only down to earth, but committed too.
They were really focused on making sure it looked right and it was authentic.
A Portland story shot in Portland. That sounds like something folks here could get behind. But would the real-life father and daughter portrayed in the movie feel the same way? Well, we'll never know.
I would be thrilled, like a lot of people, to know where they are today and what's happened. It's been a long time, and maybe what this means to them to have their story told.
Again, Leave No Trace premieres this weekend at the Sundance Film Festival. It's on several must-see lists from critics. It's also worth noting that the movie's director, Deborah Granick, is credited with directing Jennifer Lawrence in her first major breakout movie in 2010. Back to you.
It's going to be fun to see that movie. I do wonder what happened to that father and daughter.